shaving my
I'm gonna restart. Back from
You're
zero.
starting from scratch.
Yep.
When you say to look like me, I don't have a shaved head.
But you know what I mean.
Do I?
You know what I mean.
I hope I don't.
I think you do.
Is this seriously what you're saying right now? You're gonna shave your head to look like me.
Have we started recording yet? I don't want this to be caught.
We
live.
started
Embarrass you.
recording, I think.
I don't want this to embarrass you. So
I guess I'll start the show now.
That might be ideal. I don't
Welcome back
wanna-
to the Cove. Sorry, is it really loud?
Jesus.
I'm just scared. She was like, what the hell?
It's
You can
twice
turn that
now.
down. Turn that down on. Look at this little phone dial on there.
I want to address something right now at the top.
Go ahead.
And I've said this before in the past as a joke. I don't like the way you're talking to our producer right now. I don't like the way you just boss her around,
She almost
telling
went deaf
her
a
what to
second ago,
do.
and I'm trying to help
But
her.
you're saying, do this, do that. Where's a please and a thank you during this holiday
for-
season? How
I'm-
about that? How about please?
Do you say
Is
please? Do you say please when you're helping someone normally?
Yes. Give me an example. Give me a scenario that I'm helping somebody.
So
Any
you,
scenario.
You open the door for someone.
Yeah.
And as they go
Please
through,
walk through.
You say, "Here you go, please."
Please walk through. Please enter.
So you
Please leave.
That sounds very. If I'm being honest, that sounds very condescending to do. Just what if you open a door for someone, you say, "Please enter."
I like please leave.
Please leave.
Please leave is better. Please enter. Welcome back to the Cove.
Yes. So you
and
might not be able to
internet
tell.
show.
If you were to look at only half the screen right now, once again, you wouldn't be able to tell. But it is a Christmas episode. It's sort of the year end. This is the last episode for us.
2021.
For 2021.
What do you mean only at
forever?
half?
This is the last episode ever. We're done. We're giving up. We talked about this. We're actually done.
What do you mean? Just time out. What do you mean they wouldn't be able to tell if they look at half the screen that's Christmas episode? This is a Christmas themed outfit.
Okay. Yeah, I meant holidays too. We're obviously inclusive for everyone, but you also forgot that. Whoops.
Whoops. Big slip. Happy
be
holidays,
honest, you
everybody.
forgot. It's fine.
I didn't
you know?
forget. I just
It's
ran out of time because I was
whatever.
busy doing other things for the show
And that's
today.
also fine.
And I
That's
apologize.
also fine.
I wish I was dressed up in some holiday attire. I had a whole plan next year, I guess.
Yeah. So Anthony was kind enough though to plan this episode, and today is a little bit different. I think you know what? Listen, rules normally go as always have a hee time. That's what we're normally focused on. We bring all this goofy, fun stuff. I think today, I know I've said this before, it's a chillin' episode. But when I say a chillin' episode today, I think some of the things we have planned, which I really like, is kind of just a little bit of a rehash of what's happened so far on the show. There's some things that we want to address. There's things that we want to talk about for the future. And we're kind of just going to kind of recoup here. It's our last episode of the season. And let's...
Also, Cheap's here in the studio with us.
course,
so,
as
You know,
always.
just got to make sure that we give her a little shout out.
she's also looking Christmassy.
What does that mean?
You might notice.
Okay, well, is
So,
Christmas the only?
two-thirds.
Is Christmas the only?
Sorry. Okay.
Is that the only holiday right now?
Festive. I'm looking
Yeah.
festive.
Festive
You know what?
is what I said, I'm pretty sure.
Yellow is one of the holiday colors for one of those other holidays.
Which being
Yep.
which, pray tell,
I don't want to be wrong here. I think Diwali, perhaps.
is yellow?
That was it's the Festival of Lights, and light
Oh.
tends to go more on the yellow side. However, I
Yes.
know that it was a month ago, but still the holiday season.
So I'm sorry, you're here.
A month and a half.
Let's just get this on record. You're here celebrating Diwali?
A month and a half late.
Yeah.
A month and a half
By
late.
wearing yellow. So we're hoping
Yes.
that yellow is actually the correct
It is the correct
corresponding
color.
Ivory, red, maroon, yellow, and dark green are classy
Wow.
festive colors.
Second last on the list. You know what? Fine.
You know what they say about people who are second last? They didn't lose.
I want to address our controversy.
Which is? We have a controversy?
We have a controversy.
Do we get
deserve to be
Do
canceled.
we get deplatformed?
No.
People have been asking about that. A lot of people have been asking about that.
for us to be
A lot of people have been
deplatformed.
asking about that.
Guys, so we did a review. We've been doing reviews.
We have
Let's talk about the reviews in general.
Okay.
First, more broadly, I think we suck at doing reviews right now.
Whoa.
I think we'll get good.
That's fair.
And I feel like the first two went down pretty good. I don't like our third one, which is obviously we're not going to talk about it a lot, and there will be no spoilers. So don't worry. If you haven't seen the movie, we did review Spider-Man. I would say that most of it I can chalk it up to coming out hot from the theater was
Wasn't
not
our
the
best.
play. You know,
Wasn't
it
our
was
best.
literally like almost midnight when we started recording.
Yes.
And overall, I think I stand by most of the stuff in the review.
Yes.
But in terms of how we actually executed that review, it was
Yes.
very poorly done in the sense that we kind of just said, yeah, like this is all the stuff that's good, just kind of lumped it into one thing and then said, all right, here's like the things that we found really annoying and bad and dumb. And that's kind of how we dwelled on it. And I think that's sort of what I was feeling after the theater mostly because, well, we talked about how hyped up that movie was. If I'm like, it was just too much hype. I think I had way too high of expectations for it going in, to the point where I thought there was going to be literally nothing wrong with it at all. So anytime I found something,
it pissed me off.
yeah, it got me foamed.
Because
that's all I could think about.
It for sure got me foamed when like, and you know, I've also heard everybody's critiquing us because you're right. I've also heard
everyone
all over the
hates
country,
us now.
Everybody hates us.
We did this.
A lot of people are talking about how bad we are at reviews. Guess what, people? We've heard you. Okay.
Well, no, I don't
we
even
apologize.
know people,
But I do agree.
I'm self-ascribing that as well. Like I've been critical
No.
of our reviews, I think, personally.
And we had the exact same critique. It was literally what I told
Yeah.
you before we made it go live. I said, I wish that we had just, said
Said some more nice stuff.
said some more nice things, because we did enjoy the movie overall,
Yeah.
I would say. But it comes across very negative, and like we didn't enjoy it. But that's because I think, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, with the expectations going in, when it's getting like 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, and every single person that I see who had been to it at that point and talked about it was like, this is the best movie. Some people say it's the best Marvel movie that they've ever put out. No, it's not, in my opinion. Solid. It's literally mid. It's Marvel mid.
Yeah, I can definitely lean towards it being higher, in the sense that I get why people would rank this so high, but at the same time, I don't agree, but that's fine. I think one thing that I'll say, and this is more so about myself, and I've been criticized in our friend group relentlessly for this. In fact, made fun of, degraded,
Bamboozled.
bullied, quite frankly, for my. I tend to like be pretty bad with movies in terms of being pretty hard on them, and then like also just coming off as quite abrasive in my takes with movies, because I always kind of like, I feel like I'm generally not that way in normal conversation with people, but then as soon as it comes to movies, it's like I totally dissociate that anyone might have some sort of emotional investment in these things, and I'll just be like, this is dumb, and that's a problem, you guys. If I'm being honest, I need help for that, because that's
Where can we
the
get
big
you help?
problem.
Okay, so where do we get help for you from that? How can I help?
Yeah, it's sort of like some sort of movie rehab situation.
So perhaps instead of reviewing, artsy good movies that you like, we just go in chronological order of Marvel and review every Marvel movie, perhaps.
No,
How
I
about
think
that?
I don't think I would have very much fun.
I think
doing
you'd have
that.
a great
I think
time doing that.
It would be hard. I don't know. I
think we should do that.
Whatever. There's a lot that goes into it. I think all around, but I feel like we're doing a decent job, at least, of evaluating our flaws in that area.
Yeah.
And we're gonna work together. I don't know. I'm not like married to the review thing.
I like it.
I think one thing that makes it tough.
I like them.
Talking about like the Arcane review, we released our first review ever, and it's like
Pops off.
Yeah, it literally like I think is that like 4,000 views now, which maybe doesn't
shit.
sound like a lot to you, but to us, that's once again more than every other thing we've done combined. So it's like it's hard. It's this weird spot of like, I don't know if reviews are really for us, but they kind of bring in the views. I'm starting to understand how
People
we
can just do shit.
yeah,
just for
how
content
we
and
get
views.
exactly. You know what?
Yeah.
I now sympathize with Logan
that
Paul
should be
for
our
doing
new
the dead
thing.
body in the forest thing. I get it now.
On Christmas, you're gonna say that. On our Christmas
Obviously a joke.
episode, our holiday episode.
I'm
but-
doing a hyperbole. Okay.
I
It's a joke.
understand.
But you know what I
Also,
mean.
two things I want to say. Number one, if you hear us say Christmas, know that we mean holiday. Okay, we both celebrate Christmas, but truly, this is a holiday episode. It's truly here
Yes.
for no matter what you celebrate. We want you to come here and enjoy in our festivities. Okay,
Yeah.
that's number one. Number two, I kind of slipped my mind. Oh, you were talking about.
I'm number two. If you need it.
No, I'm not asking you to number two.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the number 2 point that I have.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not asking you to
Well, I've
do.
also got number two in case you need one.
Okay, Crohn's man. Anyways, what I'm
Wow.
saying is, low blow.
Of course, it's a low blow, the lowest. What's your number two?
With regards to the reviews,
Yeah.
we both acknowledge, as Craig just said, we're still learning. We are very new to it. We've never done reviews in the past. The difference here, I know you guys can't tell because we're such experts here on this show and on the mics here. This isn't our first kick of the can hopping on the mics in a podcast sort of format scenario.
Being silly.
And being silly, having a hee-hee time. So, we have our reps in, so to say, not just on this show, the one before, the ones you haven't seen, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to get into it. It's our first time ever doing reviews.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, we recorded the first one, released it. Like, that literally was our third time ever reviewing. It was the third time. listen, by the third time, remember the third time that we ever recorded a podcast, how bad that would have been? Yeah.
I actually have that as sort of probably some repressed memory that I will never be capable of accessing unless I'm at like some sort of super low point and my brain decides to torment me that extra mile. You know, that's sort of the only time I'll ever think about stuff like that.
A little bit of self-hate goes a long way, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of pushes
this is a dark
you.
episode.
This is supposed to be a holiday festive episode. Okay, let's get past this.
Yeah, in summary,
we apologize.
There's actually some things that I would like to try for the reviews moving forward that I think will make them better. Like just in general, like when we've sat down and doing those reviews, I've definitely like substantially more uncomfortable. And then like when I'm editing stuff, I'm like way more down and like I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that. Like I feel bad about this, and I do like generally just feel bad because especially with the Spider-Man movie, I think like it was really hard to even think about what we were doing. I think we were just like excited, like all this stuff, and we just kind of kept riffing with each other the way we normally would.
Yeah,
I wasn't really thinking like, man, like people really do love this movie, and I don't mean to, I get why. Like I hope it was acknowledged. I get why. So I didn't mean to just be like shitting on everyone's nice time that they had with this movie, and then so it comes across as very abrasive, and I get that, and I'll be better.
But comment below things you'd like to see us A, review in the future, and B, just what you maybe some ways that you think we could be better. We always love hearing feedback from you guys. We appreciate it. The feedback's been coming in a lot hotter these days, especially on the reviews, and that's something that we can say for certain that we appreciate.
Yeah, oddly enough,
a lot of comments. So thank you for those that have. It definitely helps, and we read them, and so we hear your feedback. So if everything you want to say to us right now as you're watching, hit that comment button. Comment. Tell us you hate Craig's hat. You hate my hat. You like cheap sweater.
My hat. I feel certain.
You can't cut me off when I'm in the middle. They definitely don't hate you can't just cut me off when I'm in the middle of making
I'm just saying, like,
my thing.
You don't have to like lump us in, and obviously something that would only ever be directed towards one person.
It's just that I was in the middle of making a point to wrap up this first little thing, and then
you're right. And I was just making a joke to make fun of you.
Exactly.
So that's my bad.
Comment below.
Okay, next. I think we'll get some structure is what we need for those reviews. And we'll be chilling. Anyways, moving on. What do we got going on today? This is a fun little first talk.
I guess I'm one like leading us here.
Yeah, you kind of gotta lead us.
I don't like having to
I gotta put the reviews out of my mind, you guys.
You do.
I gotta put them out of my mind. It's been causing me like actual torment lately.
Is there anything else you want to say about it, or we're good to wrap it and put it to rest?
There's probably a lot more I want to say about it. Do they need to hear about it? No, they don't need to hear about it.
Cheebler,
no one cares.
Cheebler,
like, okay, you had a bad review. Like, fucking chill out.
Cheebler, before we actually put it to rest, is there anything you might want to see us do better on the reviews, or do you want to be on the next review perhaps and add your takes? What do you think?
I haven't watched the reviews, face. You watch all our videos, right?
Yes.
So what do you think of the Arcane one?
You guys were wrong about the blue flash.
All right, you know what? Points for the solid reference. Speaking, can we talk about that because it's kind of funny. It's kind of a spoiler it's a bit of a spoiler for Arcane, so we're gonna kind of skirt around
not at all a spoiler.
But basically, in our review for Arcane, where we actually spent most of the time just talking about how sick of a show it was,
for sure,
all the stuff we liked. We like big criticisms about select moments that were, I think, totally valid. In fact, if there's a review that I stand by the most, it's definitely the first two. Like I stand by those ones. They're not that great, but like I stand by them.
And I don't stand by Spider-Man much.
I'm pretty sure I gave Arcane a 9 out of 10.
I give like an 8.6.
Like, which is that's like
a very good score.
And we still had people that were like super fans of Arcane, so upset about our tiny little criticisms about scenes. Like we called one scene cheesy, which it definitely was. And if you like talk to a lot of people about it, a lot of people are saying it's cheesy.
And not like co-fact a lot of people, like truly a lot of people.
And this comment was like just the biggest personal attack on the way that we formatted the show and stuff. They're like, this setup is so tacky. Just like, oh.
I was like, man.
All right, fair enough. You know what? You're right.
Fuck ourselves.
You're
How
really
about that?
right.
How about, you know what? We should stop making reviews because of that comment.
Yeah, and Spider-Man is my favorite movie now also. So.
Exactly. Rule number 8, Spider-Man's our favorite superhero.
Okay, anyway, sorry. We keep the reviews are going to get us forever. Okay,
now we're done.
If you would, please, can you pull up this first little link?
Okay.
The
holidays are here.
Yeah, you're going to have to answer this because what I'm reading right now is not...
This
is confusing to me.
It's confusing to you, okay? So this little article that I found is going on in Illinois.
I think I have the wrong one open.
No, you got the right one open.
Oh, this?
Yep.
Yeah. See, she's like, I'm pretty sure this
That's
is
it.
There's no way this
That's
is
it.
Christmas.
That's it. So right now in the Illinois state capitol, there's a little bit of controversy going on because basically the Satanic group wants to have this like this, I don't want to call it this exhibit, this showing of their faith in the state
They want to be
capitol.
recognized as
They
like-
not recognized. They basically want to have a nativity scene, but instead of baby Jesus, it's like a little devil. It's like a baby devil.
Ooh, blasphemy, baby.
And so like hella blasphemy.
You know, is satanic people considered like a what is there any like rite of passage to become a recognized religion? Is that
I think there are rites of passages as to what it is. I'm not sure, but it like that's their claim is that, you know, as
they deserve
it's supposed to, and that's basically their whole MO as a group is to be like
recognized essentially.
Recognized as like not you know, basically as like secularism, right? And the diversity of religion and I guess of thought. And so they're like, you know, we're a religion. We basically like believe in Satan and,
Yeah,
like,
but
and that kind of shit.
and
so we're allowed
that-
to kind of have we're allowed to have a space as well in the Capitol. And I just thought it was very funny that it was like causing.
How is it being
stir-ups.
received?
I'll tell you what.
Poorly.
The Bible thumpers are not happy. I will
course.
say that. They're
Of
like,
course
this is
not.
the most blasphemous thing I've ever heard in my life.
This is literally the devil invading their space. This is like
It's not their space.
Like,
It's not their
literally.
space. It's like church and state, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not their space.
Right, okay.
It's just like it's like our equivalent of like legislature. It's not.
I see.
It's not their place. They're just pissed off about it. So it's like,
damn.
What do you
dude.
guys think?
My understanding of like the satanic stuff, and I could be off on this. This is a co-fact, guys. Be ready. I kind of understood that some of the people that like are satanic or Satanist, whatever, is Satanist the right word?
say they love devil.
Yeah, the devil people.
The
They
devil
apparently
people.
some of them are just like straight atheists and kind of just like enjoyed the idea of like a counter religion.
That's
Almost.
very much what I got from this article.
It
and then
doesn't like this the Satanic Temple, like it doesn't even seem like they're like Satanists. Like it
no, they're
literally
kind of based. Some might say online.
Yeah, like for example, like
What do you mean?
There was a section in the article where it talks about how it's a workaround for like abortion rights in like a lot of states because they can claim it as like as a religious thing.
yeah.
Such like a
Like
wow.
it literally says
It's
like
totally
the
counter.
mission, the Satanic Temple mission, the mission of the Satanic Temple, which is a religious organization, it says, is to encourage benevolence and empathy among all people, reject tyrannical authority, advocate practical common sense, oppose injustice, and undertake noble pursuits. The Satanic Temple has publicly confronted hate groups, fought for the abolition
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got it.
of corporal punishment in public schools, applied for
Yeah.
equal representation
Damn.
when religious installations are on public property.
Okay, so they're literally based. They're literally based.
I don't know what that word means.
I don't know it either.
don't know what that
I'm just
means
regurgitating
You have
things
to-
I see are popular on Twitter as
So you
to
don't know.
connect with our younger audience.
Oh,
what does that
they have.
mean?
it's very based.
I think based. I'm pretty sure based just means like good political takes.
Mm.
You know what? Let's not just make assumptions.
No.
I'm gonna
It's a
search up-
co-fact. It's a
I
co-fact.
mean, it is a
now.
co-fact that that's what it is, but I want to know personally. Definition.
I love when we
Urban.
have dead air while Craig searches shit up on the
Well, it wouldn't be
laptop.
dead air if you were doing a better job of singing.
What?
A word used when you agree with something. So I guess that is sort of what I mean by if they have good political takes. I'm assuming I would agree with those good political takes. So that's based.
Anyways,
So
the
you say
point being-
based if you agree with them. So I don't know if I want to say they're based anymore. 'Cause
I don't based you.
fully agree in the idea of.
What's wrong with Satan? Especially during the
Um,
holidays. Name one thing wrong with Satan.
Well, for
during the
one, I don't
holidays.
think he's real. So that's maybe something that's wrong with him. Two, are we allowed to say that? Does that have any other implications? I think I'm
It does
gonna
against the
call it there. In
Satanists.
fact, I'm going to call it there.
He's just not
where
real.
That's where I'm done. He's not real, and I don't like things that aren't real.
You know, Blue Flare Boy, you're living rent free
Okay,
in Craig's head
that is
now. You're living rent
Way
free in
too
his
soon.
head.
You're still talking about the reviews, and it's honestly
Nobody
really
knew-
upsetting for me.
Nobody knew that reference until
I
you
feel
said
horrible.
the word reviews.
I feel like an abrasive loser freak because of those reviews.
yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? That's all you got for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should
Exactly.
feel like a loser freak.
You
That's
should
what you
feel like
are.
a loser because
Spit in my eye, why don't you?
exactly. Call me a Satanist. Anyways,
So this,
I just thought that this is an interesting story, and I guess I kind of want to open it up as I said, this is not just a Christmas episode; it's our holiday themed episode.
Yeah, for
and open it
everyone.
up to just the recognition that once again, this is for all denominations, non-denominations. This is a holiday season. The season is not just about the thing that happens on the 25th when that one person who may or may not have lived in a certain, he may or may not have been white. He may or may not have been white. His depiction is questionable. Born on the 25th of December. It's not about that. It's about wherever you are. If you're Hindu, you're Sikh, you're Jewish, you're Muslim, you're Satanist, anything. If you're atheist, you're agnostic. We don't care. Come here, join us. It's the holiday season. Drink some fucking eggnog. Have a sip. Sit back. Enjoy us by the cozy fire. Let's fucking roll. Bang.
That is a good point too, because I do feel like when we talked about this, like we kind of talked about just not doing an episode. Like we're gonna take some time off after this because obviously doing this weekly thing while we have our other lives going on is hectic, and we would like some time down to not do it. But I think for this episode, we're kind of like, but it's kind of weird, sir. I mean, this is Rule 4 stuff. We don't talk about this stuff. It's darkest timeline shit. But obviously, like, depending on where you are and what's going on, you might not really be seeing family. You might not be, doing the things that you'd like to normally do during these holidays. And that sucks. That's not fun for anyone. So if you're here, I hope that this is at least even a percentage of a stand-in for the fun hanging out times. Come hang out with us. That's kind of what we decided we would do. Just have a nice chillin' chat
episode
and just decompress. You guys take some time. Everyone give yourself some time to decompress here at the end of the year, okay? So
The holidays are stressful.
Yeah.
Come here. The Cove Kings and Queens, the fucking 17, whatever you want to be called. Comment below, actually, what you guys actually would prefer to be called. We still haven't. I like the 17. Some people don't. It's whatever. But thank you for watching.
I feel like things are finally moving along, so maybe we'll start to get some more feedback.
That's why I still like the 17. So comment below which one you like, though. And thank you for watching.
True that. Should we move on to our second segment? I feel like it's almost time, hey? Maybe this is a good time to just...
Like 5 minutes?
Oh, okay.
We're going to do 5 minutes.
Let's go into the first topic.
Yes. Hey, okay. Oh, fuck myself.
I'm just going to read what you wrote down.
As I say, I think you can just read that one.
Topic 1.
Do you read it or do I read it?
Okay.
You read it,
I feel like you
actually.
don't have to actually read it word for word.
Read it word for word.
I feel like, this was like planning.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that uncomfortable? That's why I have
I
to say,
hate it.
you can attest to this. When I'm writing notes or like planning anything or doing like rough drafts and she's like beside me, I will literally like tilt the computer screen away. Doesn't even care to look, obviously, because it's dumb. But I'm like so self-conscious about my raw form of writing.
It's just word
'Cause I
vomit.
write it's like
So I don't want you to read what I wrote
It's
here.
completely nonsensical and it's kind of silly, So I feel that. But anyways, let's go ahead and read this verbatim as he's written it for him.
What's the best gift you've ever received?
Oh, damn.
The gift of time.
So, who gave you that one?
My grandmother.
Okay. How? How'd that one work?
I'm so sorry. Just the first thing I thought of.
I gotta think about.
She literally did one time though. She literally like
She gave you the gift of time.
she printed off a card and laminated it. It said the gift of time. If you ever need anything,
It's a funny gift.
It
It's sort
wasn't
of a gag gift.
funny. It wasn't gag. It was like day or night, fucking rain, sleep. Call me and I will be there no matter what. And
Well,
I was
that's-
like, God damn, that's the most wholesome
wow,
gift.
that is
most
extremely
wholesome.
wholesome.
And you try to make a joke about it. You try to. Have
I
a
didn't have
goof on it.
context. What do you mean? We joke first, get context later.
didn't
It's
allow
a
me to
fail
give.
safe. It's a completely fail safe plan for not offending anyone. Joke first, gain context and necessary information later on, and then feign ignorance. I didn't know.
How did that work?
It was
for us
just a
last
joke.
time?
I didn't know.
How did that work for us last time when we just tried to feign and just go out and say things and offend people? And now we're here in this situation, spending majority of the first segment apologizing for our takes. You know what, man? You're not learning from your mistakes, and that's the issue. This is your
All right.
gift that I'm giving you, a life lesson.
Okay, I accept.
better.
I accept the life
better.
lesson because you're right. I'm
Thank
the
you.
worst.
Well, not the worst.
I'm gonna make you feel bad about it now. See how much I can get you to back it off. All right, let's answer a question. What's the best gift you've ever received?
I'm
That's a
actually
tough
thinking about it.
one.
I'm actually thinking about it
Like,
now.
are you thinking like monetary gift or just can be anything?
I think
It should be
anything.
Christmas gift or just gift.
Holiday season gift, yeah.
Do you have something in mind?
I have it's kind of more of like a story and
We love a story.
We do love
Okay.
stories.
we also only have 2 minutes, so I don't know if we should
Yeah,
stop
let's start
it
the
and
recording.
then...
Let's hear a story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I was a lot younger, well, still my favorite animal is a cat. We've already addressed this.
Just one cat in particular too. He has a name, 3 letters.
Bub.
Yeah. What's his last name?
He doesn't have a last name.
Okay.
It's just Bub.
I was like,
I was gonna
is
see
it-
if you were gonna commit to some sort of canon last name for Bub on the podcast that was
No.
becoming immortalized, but it didn't happen.
But yeah, so I literally loved cats my entire life, my favorite animal. And there was one year for Christmas that I got a stuffed animal of a cat, and it was like this black and white like plush cat, and I loved it so much. And then I don't know if it was when we were moving or something happened that I lost it. And obviously I was devastated that its name was Black and White Kitty.
Oh,
Damn.
And I was like so devastated that I lost this cat. And then every year for Christmas, like literally every single year, my mom would buy me a different black and white cat.
Aw.
And she'd be like, is this the same one? Is this the same one? Like
Aw.
literally every single year for
That's
Christmas.
so adorable.
Yeah. So that's like my...
round of applause to your mom. Holy shit, mom points. That's so adorable.
We love
Aw.
moms.
Yeah,
But
that's beautiful.
our
That
moms.
is a very
We love our moms.
that's a very nice gift. That's like multiple gifts obviously, but
Yeah.
just extremely thoughtful. That's a
Exactly.
mom being like, I don't ever want to see my child
You're
be
gonna,
sad.
you're gonna crack jokes at her very wholesome story now too. Like you
Why
did
would I do
over
that?
here?
That's-
Like how you did over
no.
here. Because that's just. I thought that's
I
what we
did.
do.
I got context
Make jokes first,
this
crack
time.
jokes later.
Well, you know what? That was also a joke. Okay, what's your favorite gift?
Why am I going next? You should be going next. Doesn't make any sense to go
The
this
best
way.
gift I've ever received is like really tough because like
It's very hard. I'm really
That
racking my
is
brain. I just
extremely
wanted more
hard.
time
I'm
to think. I know. I'm now realizing how privileged I am and how many years of good Christmas
I
gifts,
know.
multiple gifts. Like
Yeah.
this is what a privilege in and of itself. I guess for me, there's a few that are percolating to the top of the list here for me. Number one, socks. Big sock guy at Christmas. Big sock
Yeah.
guy at Christmas. Love getting socks. Always need socks at Christmas time. Always go, can I get some socks? And then my family comes in clutch with like a lot of socks.
yeah. So that fucking flat screen that I bought you that one year didn't make the cut, but socks did.
I said I had a few things percolating, so maybe that's next. How
The
about you
flat
just wait?
screen better be next.
How about you just wait? Next was Woody and Buzz Lightyear.
Nice.
When I was a child, I got a chrome Buzz Lightyear and a Woody.
Whoa.
Don't know what happened. Yeah,
Chrome, is that knockoff or like full chrome?
No, it was like special edition chrome Buzz Lightyear.
That's kinda heat.
Granted, I was like 3 years old and Toy Story was my life. I just remember
That's heat.
being like, I remember to this day the emotional trauma I experienced when I lost my Buzz Lightyear. So I guess that has to be one of the best ones. So
Yeah, fair enough. I feel
Top
like
two.
that's a solid
Top two.
gift. I'm trying to think of like what in childhood like were gifts that like I really held on to for a long time.
Number 3, a punching bag. That's it.
Oh, bro, we got a punching bag one time too when I was
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah.
You know, here's what I'm gonna give. This is cheesy. This is corny.
Okay.
But I'm realizing that the gifts, I don't actually remember many of the gifts, but what I do remember is the time I spent with family.
Truly.
My grandparents come up every single year for Christmas. Obviously, the last couple of years, different circumstances, things are getting tougher. And they're getting older, you know, it's just kind of the way she goes. But I feel
life.
like my fondest memories, like of my entire life, were just like Christmas time. Everything settles down. There's no sports going on.
Yeah.
Everything is settled down. You get that amazing, wholesome family time, and just you know, you get to really hang out and just chill. I think that's the most special takeaway I've gotten.
What did Christmas morning look like for you guys growing up? Like, were you guys
Every
like
single morning.
You guys like early risers, like up at the fucking ass crack
Yeah, we
of
were
dawn.
not
kids
like,
waiting for 3 hours to open presents. Like, while your parents sleep in.
It probably like changed over time. I feel like it probably started off where the kids were up early and then waking the parents up at like 6
Yeah.
because we're so excited to open presents.
Been
And
there.
then gradually, as we became little shit-eating teenagers and stuff, we're like, I want to fucking sleep in, Mom. I'm like maybe a little bit hungover because I had a sip of beer last night. You know, shit like that goes on. So then you're like, I want to sleep until 9, and then Mom and Dad are like, wake the hell up, you know. But for the most part, every morning is like, you know, start with the stocking stuffers,
Yup.
go through, get some little knickknacks and
Get
stuff.
'em.
And then it's just hang out, open gifts, have some hot chocolate, have some brunch. I feel really bad saying this stuff, if I'm being honest.
Why?
I just feel like,
That you had.
I mean, there's so
You're
much to be
very-
thankful. Yeah, like I feel like
100%.
we have so much. I think
And-
all three of us
and-
have so
and
much to
you're
be
being
thankful
thankful,
for.
so I don't know why you
I'm
feel
really
bad.
grateful. Like I am genuinely, and this is something like I didn't really get to until I became an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm genuinely so thankful for the life that I've been able to have, especially considering like I got problems. You know, like I deal with shit, but it's like. I feel like I totally sympathize with everyone in the way that I have problems. Like I don't even know if I should have problems, so I can totally understand how other people, can struggle with stuff.
Yeah, no,
In a weird way, it's. I mean, I don't know how much that means to say, but I do try to sympathize with and be patient with people, especially this time of year, because it's tough. Not everyone gets to have that, and that sucks. That's not cool. That's very not chillin'.
You got to recognize the privilege that you have, and honestly, even being able to gather with family, as you say, do all the things. Because I had the exact same kind of experiences as you. I actually have a funny pin for a story after this. But yeah, just the fact that for a lot of people, for a lot of people, the holidays are not necessarily a great time of year. You know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's loss.
Yeah.
There's broken bonds. It's supposed to be about family and not the commercialization and presents. That's not what Christmas is, or not Christmas, but the holidays in general are supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about family, spending time together, all the things that, as we're both saying, the gift of time, something that you can spend but you can never buy back. Knowledge.
Don't lose the plot, Just don't lose the actual plot.
Yeah,
the stuff that matters.
So we are very grateful, and we recognize that we've both been some lucky boys. With that being said, one of my Christmas traditions, when you're talking about waking up early, I remember there was one year I woke up, I shit you not, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. First one up, and so early that on Christmas, when and this is back when there was TV and and the cable and shit. The TV shows hadn't even started running yet. It was just infomercials, and I had to wait until I think it was a
brutal
Flintstones.
time, the graveyard.
Graveyard
shift.
I swear to God, bars would have still been open. That time I woke up because I was just, you're a kid, you're so excited for fucking Christmas.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
You can't sleep,
and I just watched TV. I swear to God, for 4 hours, 5 hours, just by myself, just waiting for everybody else in my house to wake up. It was so embarrassing.
I think I got trained to not wake up early from my dad, because my dad is literally the worst on Christmas. He would wrap the gifts one at a time right before he would give it to us, because he had this thing where he would be well, you need to slow down the process of opening gifts, because if you open them all at once, then it's just done, and then that's it.
You know what? That's kind of wise.
So he would wrap a gift, give it to my brother. We would all watch my brother open the gift, talk about the gift, blah 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 blah. Then he would go upstairs, wrap one of my gifts, bring it back down, and then we just did this whole process.
Nice.
So we didn't really have the option of waking up early and rushing through it, because nothing was even ready.
Interesting.
Speaking of your dad, can I mention what we started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Never seen it.
It's Larry. Is Larry David actually the right? I can't remember if he actually plays. Is Larry David the real guy?
Is
he's the creator of Seinfeld.
Yeah, I know Larry David is.
Yeah, so it's him. He does a show, and it's obviously a lot of improvised. I don't know. It's an older comedy show, but it's actually really freaking hilarious.
Okay.
And we were both just feeling this weird vibe. I feel like no one said anything about it until the very end of the first episode. We were like, yo, Larry David's kind of a lot like your dad. Just so many similarities. It was really funny. But that show, aside from the horribly dated, sometimes sexist, homophobic, stuff that you get from the early 2000s, late 90s, media. It's weird because that stuff comes up and it's you have the reference all right, it's a different time.
I really appreciate that joke that you just made about Cheap's dad and Larry David, because not only did all of our viewers not get that joke because they haven't met Cheap's father or Larry David.
Yeah.
Neither did I, because I also haven't met Cheap's dad or Larry David. So I really appreciate that inside joke that you two just shared.
Well,
I kind of wondered why you wanted to bring that up.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe I cut it out.
Like Cheap's dad's Larry David. I was like,
I feel like that's an interesting thing to be if I guess it's more so if someone's watched. Okay, listen.
If people know who Larry David is,
if people have watched Curb Your Enthusiasm,
they'll be like, oh, well, if her dad's like that, that's kind of funny.
But also that's
very
all
specific.
Hearsay by you.
Yeah, but that's all they need. Is now they have a vision. Now they can envision Veronica's dad is Larry David. That's what all I wanted. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
Co-fact: Larry David and Cheap's dad, same guy.
Basically the same person.
Guy.
And now whenever you're looking at Cheap, if you're thinking about by proxy, who is she related to? One of the people is very similar in their mannerisms, which are very distinct, mind you, of Larry David.
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go.
That's it. All right.
You're going to try and tell me that wasn't a good bit. Is what you're going to seriously try and tell me right now. Unbelievable.
No, I was going to ask you when you found out Santa wasn't real.
It was, oh yeah. Well, we were just talking about this recently, so this is perfect. I don't know exactly how old I was, but I know I was at an age that was approximately 3 years younger than I should have been to find out that.
Why do you think?
Because my brother found out and immediately did not want to bear that my older brother, he's like 2.5 years older than me. He somehow deduced, this is what he told me recently. He somehow deduced that because the tooth fairy wasn't real, makes complete sense, by the way. I feel like this is how a kid would figure it out. He deduced that the tooth fairy wasn't real because I think he busted my mom.
Gotcha.
Which is, can we just be honest, the tooth fairy, like the premise of the tooth fairy is
weird,
fucking ridiculous and
odd,
weird and creepy if it's legitimate. Like,
except in the movie Rise of the Guardians. That's pretty adorable.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Don't know that one.
We should
Rise
read
of the
that one.
Guardians.
Yeah. It's a solid Christmas one, actually, I'd say.
Okay.
Anyways.
I can't remember if I'm familiar. So anyways, he busted my mom. He woke up. Her hand is going underneath the pillow, which is, dude, how nasty is this? Like, you put a little rotten tooth underneath your pillow, then you go in and steal it and put like a nickel there, and it's like, there you
A
go.
nickel.
Nickels.
$1. Oh my god.
What fucking year is it for you? Buddy, there's inflation. It's got to be at least a $5 these days.
Fiver.
It was a
$5.
It was a loony.
tooth fairy slipping bills under the bed.
It was a loony back in my day. It must be at least a toonie, if not 5, with inflation right now.
Did you guys ever have it where where your parents would be like, you'd wake up in the morning and you're like, the tooth fairy didn't leave me anything. You go to your parents and then you like go and do something else. You're like, I think you should check your pillow again.
There
Yeah,
it is,
and you're
yeah.
like, oh my god, it just came. It's stuck in the. It's like, wow, how dumb are kids? Hey? Like, how dumb are we?
I've said this
We're actually
before.
helpless. Like, we're completely helpless as kids. You can't understand anything.
Kids are so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I said this
You just
before.
don't
I
think
don't mean
critically
it.
about anything.
I don't mean it as like we don't mean it as in like to be rude if there's any kids watching.
Yeah.
But if you are watching kids, first of all, go to bed. Secondly, your brains aren't fully formed yet. You're kind of
that's
stupid.
okay. Embrace it, dude. 'Cause
You just don't know shit
once
yet.
they form more, you start to think about things that you actually would prefer you didn't think about. I
And then
wish
you gotta,
I
you
wish
gotta
I
pay
was
taxes and shit.
Yeah, well, not even taxes.
Stupid.
You just have to like address the way the world works, and it's not as cool as you probably think it was gonna be.
And what it means to be a good person and shit. It's like,
yeah,
what?
reality is a lot cooler when you're
Ugh.
thinking that Santa comes down the chimney to drop your gifts.
And about
if I'm being
toys and
honest.
playing with your friends
Yeah.
and shit. And having sleepovers. Sorry,
Speaking-
I just,
huge reference.
Huge.
So anyways, yeah, once Evan, my brother Evan found out that the tooth fairy wasn't real,
Wheel. Yeah. No.
the tooth fairy isn't a wheel.
It isn't a wheel. It's a fairy. She
Exactly.
doesn't ride a unicycle. She flies.
Oh, you thought it was a wheel? Well, guess what?
It's
It
a
ain't
fairy.
wheel. It's a
It's a
fairy. That was dumb.
We shouldn't have even committed to that one.
As soon as he found out, he started deducing. He's like, okay, well, maybe like the Easter bunny. That's also a weird one. What, a fucking bunny comes around hiding little plastic eggs for you to find in your house? It doesn't make any noise. Your parents don't know. It's like, what? That doesn't make any
I
sense.
just imagine him sitting and like doing the one, and he's like, wait a sec. The fucking
Yeah, no,
Easter
he's
and he's just like
crunching the
what?
numbers.
He's just like
Crunching
no.
the numbers, and then he just straight up asked my mom. He's like, so that means Santa isn't real too? He just like says that, and my mom was like, couldn't respond because she wasn't prepared for it. I don't know, something might have been going on. And then the second that he got confirmation that Santa wasn't real, he's like, Craig, guess what? Santa's not real. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then my dad was like, what are you doing? That was like sort of the.
What a parent's worst nightmare.
I know. Of course. That's like sort of my brothers and I's relationship growing up was definitely a lot like that, where it's like, you know,
He just
if he
ruined
can't
shit
have
for
it,
you.
why can I have it? You know?
Yeah.
Which is normal for brothers. So
I just, first of all, that's super funny. But I just think, like, I was also talking about this with a friend the day about
yeah.
like Santa and that kind of stuff. I was like, it makes a lot of sense why there's a lot of like issues that people have, repressed issues from parents and stuff. Like, we just openly lie to kids
Yeah, I don't know
about
how I
Santa
feel about any of that
for
now.
like years. And, obviously I'm going to lie to my kids when I have them. Fucking, of course, I'm going to tell them that Santa's real. But it doesn't mean
You
to
are
go-
gonna, hey?
Of course I'm going to.
I might just pull the shoot early.
Why?
Well, the only the kids.
But here's
there's a
the
huge
thing.
issue with it.
Because then your kids, the kid who's on the
exactly,
playground,
and then everyone thinks you're a shit parent.
who's like
Yeah.
your brother. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do?
Oh, I'm a shit parent because I don't fucking tell ludicrous lies about reality to my kids. Listen, when they're out of the womb, guess what the first thing I'm telling them?
Santa's not real, kid. Santa's not
Well, I
real.
was also going to say that war exists and
Wow.
taxes. And guess what? Someday you might be in debt.
And there's murder, and there's all this crime and danger.
I
You
was like,
better
oh, that's
get used to
great.
it, bucko.
Yeah,
There's
no,
not
I
a
would
whole lot of
obviously
light in
never
this
do
world.
that. I would obviously shelter my child in a meaningful way that aids their development, but doesn't hinder their ability to adapt later on. So I would just be a
broke up with you
perfect
for that.
parent, essentially. Yeah.
Cheeb like gave
I'll
a
be
look to you that was like, you better change your tone if you don't want to.
No, I'd be a good dad.
I didn't want to finish that sentence. Anyways, Cheeb, what do you think? When did you find out Santa wasn't real?
It was similar to how your brother found out. It was my mom. It was for Easter. And I heard my mom like putting like an Easter basket in my room, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "Go back to bed."
Nothing to see here.
And then I realized I was like, "Okay, well, I know my
Yeah.
mom is the Easter bunny." And then I did the same thing. I was like, "Okay, well, Santa's probably not real
Some
either."
deductive
I
reasoning.
love the
and
idea that
intense
kids just are just
logic,
crunching
yes.
numbers, going like,
I
"Wait
know.
a sec, if the Easter but
And it's like you don't want to believe it too, right? Like you go through this thing of like you're like
just deny."
you're like it makes perfect sense now that none of these are
What if
real.
we're breaking
but
into
I
kids
do-
right now? The kids are watching when Santa's
Bro.
not real. You know what I mean?
Yo, someone
Sorry,
call,
kid.
If there's a kid watching right now, someone needs to call their parents. This is an
Yep.
NSFW,
Not safe for work.
not safe for. Okay, well,
Yeah, that has a whole different connotation.
no, it's
on
actually
that.
safe for work.
It is safe for
because
work.
only adults work.
Exactly.
Hopefully,
Well, yes.
so not safe for
This
children.
is a
PG
PG-14.
PG-14, so 14A.
So, you, so you're saying that
Yeah.
kids should not know about Santa till they're 13?
If they believe
Well,
in
that's not what
if
is
they
setting
believe
that
in
bar.
Santa till they're 13, like that's fine.
I feel like we
There's
swear
nothing
a lot.
wrong with believing in Santa.
That's going to segue into my age, which was around that age.
14.
What if I told you my
That's
mother
embarrassing.
my mother still tries to tell us that Santa's real every year, and all four of us are like 18 plus.
And you
And sh- and
wait,
she's
you
still- and she's
believed
still,
up
like-
till 14 though?
I don't remember
How
what the
humiliating.
No, Craig.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Craig, no, don't do
You
that.
can't shame him for that.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you
just
should.
joking.
No, because I'm an idiot. It didn't realize
I'm
it.
just
No,
kidding.
I don't know exactly what age it was, but I was definitely a late bloomer. Like I don't remember how old I was, but I remember believing it for a while. I feel like, and then when I learned, and then my mom like. She still won't admit that Santa isn't fucking real, and I'm like,
Well,
what are we doing here?
But no, but
like, what are we
there's
doing
something
here?
beautiful that I think like I don't know this, but my best guess would be it's just like, hold on to your youth, hold on to your childhood a little bit. Why
But
not?
like when you see all four of your children, you go, "Oh, you better write your gift to Santa," and then in unison they all go, "Oh my god!" Like we
Yeah.
know, lady. Like
I feel
it
like
was a good bit. It was
I
a
kn-
good bit, but you got to know when the
well, I
the
know
bit
what you
died.
mean. I know
You
what you mean
mean?
because my mom did the same thing for forever. It's like, oh yeah, these are they like my parents never stopped. My parents still to this day still write Santa on
Gifts?
Yeah,
That's interesting. Mine. Well, we do Secret Santa now.
like you know what I mean. It's like you. It's just like it's just part of the. I guess it's just a thing, It's like obviously I know it's not from Santa, but
Yeah.
like it's just like part of like the idea of
the holiday
why
season.
the gift was given, almost kind of. Yeah,
But it's
I
weird
don't
because it's like
know,
then
actually.
Santa
Now
takes
I'm-
credit for like your
Now I'm
parents'
kinda
hard work
confused.
and money that they spent on a gift for you or made for you, whatever. We don't judge.
Yeah, but kids, like here's the other thing too. Kids don't appreciate their parents buying them stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's like
But they
an impossible
appreciate
thing for a kid to
fucking
do.
elves making a PS4. That's
But
not how that
th-
works.
I don't think they
kid.
do. I don't think kids
Man, kids
appreciate.
are actually so fucking stupid. Like
But
when
I
you
don't-
think about it,
I-
like,
I don't
I really got a
think,
PS3 one time, and I really thought it was from elves. Like that makes no sense.
That's awesome. Isn't that just awesome to think of? I don't think kids are like fully capable of like appreciating anything because like the concept of money doesn't really hit you until you start earning. You know what I mean?
True.
You just don't really like. You don't think about like what things actually cost and how that affects what you have. It's my point. That's all I have.
Does anyone have anything else they want to add about Santa in general? Mrs. Claus, the elves, reindeer? No, going once, twice, three times. All right, next topic. We're skipping the next question. And we're
Really?
going on- yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Or unless you do.
The movies? Yeah, no, let's go next.
Yeah, so on the note of gift giving and all that kind of stuff, and the wholesomeness versus the commercialization of Christmas, I found some articles, some items of, to me, like obviously we know, unfortunately, even though we say that to us the important part is the holiday aspect of the season and like all that good stuff, there is a lot of buying. There's Black Friday before Christmas. There's Boxing Day here in Canada after. A lot of money is circulating right now as we speak.
Big time for a lot of businesses,
the holiday season.
too.
100%.
Yeah.
So I found some examples of holiday drops, and I was just like, these are some interesting things to look at here. So here's some Nike shoes that we're pulling up here. So those are I think those are Kobe Grinch editions.
Those are Grinch?
Those are Grinch edition Kobe 6s, I believe.
But those are
if memory
looking
serves
like
correct.
kind of like lizard skin, like
Yeah.
like viper. Like if you
Yes.
told me these are the vipes,
The vipes,
vipers,
like pit vipers.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
a,
those.
well, pit yeah, more like a tree viper, I think is the
No. Pit vipers that
well,
wear
well, pit viper. I don't think is
pit
green.
vipers on tree vipers. Though there can be green pit vipers.
Oh, a tree viper wearing pit vipers.
That's the ideal that I'm looking
Yeah,
for here.
that's
Anyways,
sort
as
of-
you
She's
said.
wearing Pit Viper. Only wearing one shoe.
well. Now we're all
We're all fucked
now
up
we're all
here.
messed up.
We're
So these
all
are the
fucked.
Grinch edition.
Yeah,
But
these are Grinch edition.
Why
These are
wouldn't they
Grinch
be?
edition.
Why wouldn't they be like fuzzy? What we're looking at is like very scaly looking, mostly like lime green with a black Nike, just like what do you call them? Like
If I had to
runner
hypothesize,
basketball
it would
shoes?
be
low
they're
tops?
definitely basketball shoes. If
Yeah,
I had
so
to
they're low
hypothesize,
tops,
it
right?
would be because they are basketball shoes, and that the
Yeah.
fluffiness might make them not stick to the ground very well. And
Uh,
actually, I might
okay.
even posit slip around and slide on that surface. So counterproductive to what
Oh,
they're
you
trying
think
to
I
go
mean like
for.
fuzzy on the soles?
I did that. Is that not what you meant? Do you mean fuzzy
no,
on the
that'd
sides?
be weird. That'd be weird if I meant fuzzy on the
'Cause
bottom.
I thought fuzzy on the sides was what was
I
weird.
think fuzzy on
So you're
the
saying,
sides.
so you're thinking, so if a shoe's like, oh god,
Well, remember like Grinch feet too? How he's got like those little long tufts at the end? Like why
Yeah.
didn't they have that? The little toe tufts at the end of the
again,
shoe.
because if you're playing basketball and you're dribbling, what do you want to do? Try and tickle somebody's fucking taint, like with your shoe? No,
Specifically their taint.
Specifically the
and
taint.
Through up the shorts.
exactly.
Up the shorts and around the corner with
And
your
the
little
taint.
toe fluffs
Yeah.
on your Grinch shoes.
Who wants to do that? Nobody. Who wants to be
Yeah.
responsible for that?
Now that you
Again,
put it
nobody.
into that very specific, distasteful situation, then yeah, I agree. Maybe no one.
Undistasteful?
I
tasteful.
canceled. I hit
So
cancel on
tasteful.
the un. Okay, I was registering a word and I hit cancel on that one and loaded a different one in. Okay, it's don't act like it's the first time it's ever happened. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. Like give us some Grinch little dangly toes.
No, I agree.
See, those are.
I don't
Those
agree.
are some
What am I
good.
saying? I don't want taint tickle.
Yeah, I agree. Looks great to me. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, what's the next one? Let's do the next one, Sheeb. Please and thank you. Sorry, I'm turning to Craig over here, just trying to boss you around. So these are 3 different releases. These ones actually look pretty
holiday,
dope. But
yeah.
again, it's just like the whole like. I get it. There's money that has to be spent, but it's like these just look so
These ones are
extra.
pretty holiday. These ones have snowflakes on them.
I agree. I don't like the ones on the bottom right. I believe those are the.
Yeah, those are.
Those are another Kobe one, I believe. And then and
I'm loving
there's
those.
Katie's on the left. Those are the red ones. They look very metallic. I wonder if Santa would be like imagine if Santa was real, or because he is real. And you just come downstairs, you know that song where like you catch Santa, and you know like all the commercials with the kids are like, it's Santa, and they see him, and you see him just fucking in your living room, just fucking like just practicing moves and fucking.
Oh, he's playing basketball.
He's playing basketball
yeah.
in your fucking living room.
I mean,
in these,
and he was wearing these. Yeah, I gotta say these are very loud. Is that like more of like a cyan color? Like that's not super festive. Is
Why
it?
can't you just say blue? Why do you have to?
Well,
be
because
like
it's not
that?
blue. What are you about to tell me that you think cyan and blue are the same
It's
color?
like teal, is it not?
Well, the
Again.
cyan isn't cyan like lighter teal.
I would accept.
Do you guys have a
teal
problem
before
with cyan as a color or something? Like, what is this? You
I
guys
have a problem
some
with
issue?
you.
Well,
in
yeah, that's
general.
obvious.
Yeah.
That's obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys, cyan. Are you guys actually like cyan? Is like one of like the main colors. Like, is that? Am I not like dead on when I said cyan? I hope you feel dumb now, Anthony.
I knew that was the color, but I didn't
Yeah.
think Chief was gonna back it up by googling it immediately
Yes.
and making a fool out of me. Here.
How much time do we have?
It's my literal job to do that.
Do we
Fair
have- are we
enough.
running
It's
out?
my literal job.
We are out of time.
Oh,
Okay.
Well,
Well, let's do.
let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll look at some more
Finish these
commercialization.
drops,
shit.
and then what do we have going on for the rest?
We're gonna do a little gift exchange, I believe.
Oh yeah, and then we got some wholesome reflection.
Yeah. So these shoes, I just think it'll be funny. You know what?
Want to go to the next ones, or is there any more?
I guess the last point on the basketball shoes in general.
Yeah.
I just think it would be very funny, like if in those commercials. I know I made a whole thing about you see Santa playing like hoops in your living room. That's not very realistic. What would be realistic is if when Santa catches the kids, right? He's tiptoeing in his fucking shiny red fucking KDs, and he's tiptoeing. And the kids go, and he looks and he sees them and he goes, "Oh, y'all want this smoke? Let's run it outside on the blacktop. And then that's the commercial. It's Santa just fucking yamming on these kids.
There you go.
That would be what I
and you
really
know
want.
what?
And you know what? Then I'd be okay with the commercialization, Nike. So here you
Yeah.
go. Free idea for you. You're fucking welcome. Next year, start making it right now. You can get KD in there. Get James Harden. Get LeBron. Get anybody. It doesn't really matter who the fuck. Get somebody in there to play Santa Claus, Black Santa, also hella woke and fucking progressive, and have them yamming on children on Christmas Day.
Can we get
What could be better?
Can we get a definition check on yamming?
Yamming?
Is that a code word or is that a real word?
That's a real word.
Yamming.
Yamming.
What does yamming?
What do you think yamming means based on the context and the action I did when I said the word yamming? If you had to, context clues.
Like dunking over top of them.
Yes.
Is that actually what it is?
Yes.
It
Okay.
means meow.
What?
It
Your fish-
literally says
well,
of
yeah.
a cat, meow.
Oh.
That's also what I
so,
meant.
so Santa's out
Okay,
on the
maybe
court
should I
going,
should
"Meow."
Urban Dictionary it?
You
Yeah.
should.
And the
Oh.
verdict is?
To do something aggressively.
Yamming.
Okay, yeah, so dunking over top of someone.
It also means the act
okay.
of having a sexual partner pour honey
No.
on their
No.
Alright,
We're
let's-
not
yeah,
gonna we're not gonna into that.
let's-
That's
yeah,
not
we
what Santa's
don't go
doing to
there.
kids. That's not what Santa's doing to
Yeah.
kids. He's dunking, he's yamming.
Yeah,
He's dunking.
yeah. You're weird for saying that now.
I feel very uncomfortable.
I agree. I think holiday. I mean, just before we move on here, the holiday seasons are always weird with like the way that they do. It's better just tune out so much of the marketing stuff. Find the gifts that you want to buy and stuff. Don't get too sucked into it because once again, it's just a big. Time to market everything in a ridiculous way. And it's like, oh, you own some holiday themed basketball shoes? Have fun wearing that for like 1 week per year or never. How are you guys for shoes? Do you guys like shoes? Are you big shoe people? What are they called? What are they called? Shoe heads?
Sneakerheads. Serious.
Shoe heads.
Yeah.
I knew it was sneakerheads. I don't know why I thought shoe heads.
I think that that's just a better way to do it.
What do you think of sneakerheads?
I think it's fine. I think it's a dope subculture, like for sure.
I agree. I think there's
it's like a
fine-
dope like hip hop kind
Yeah.
of sport like subculture like in and of
Yeah.
itself. So
Once again, talking out of turn here. I'll just be honest, talking out of turn on this. Although I am somewhat aware of like there is in the subculture online. There's a lot of it. A lot of like younger people that have like extremely wealthy parents that kind of dominate that space because
Yeah.
they can literally just afford to buy every single shoe ever.
yeah,
Which maybe is a little toxic. Not that it really matters, but I don't know. Maybe that's something. Maybe that's something we did. Maybe we dig into sneakerheads in an
I'm not a
episode.
big like shoe
The
guy
dark
myself.
side. The dark side of these sneakerheads must be stopped. That's our title. That's our clickbait title because we do clickbait now too. That's the other thing that we're doing, guys. Okay. That was not a leave me hanging moment. That was a funny joke.
You want to
And
just
you guys can
address.
feel free to
You're
laugh.
just doing
it's
too
just
much.
it's just a lot,
doing way
guys-
too much.
and I think Cheap and I
This
both agree.
is-
It's just a lot. So if you could just like, right now you're at like a 7. If you could be more like 4 or 5, Cheap. What do you think?
7 is too much. Since when is a 7 too
On a
much?
chillin' episode.
Come
it's
on,
way
man.
too
We did
much.
pre-workout one time. What are you talking about?
Was that a
wasn't
chillin'
chillin'
episode?
episode.
Okay, fine. You guys are right. And once again, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
is
see,
the
like
best
you see, like
movie.
even
It's
right
the
now,
best
like
movie.
even now,
It's the best movie I've ever seen. It's the best film of the
even now,
century.
you're like at a 6. So if like you, again,
Okay.
a 4 or 5. So
All right,
it's like
all
going
right.
down a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
you're
down.
not-
I'm down.
you-
I'm down.
lower.
I'm down. I'm down.
I'm not going to continue this podcast with you if you keep yelling at me.
Let's do a gift exchange.
Okay, I agree.
Let's do a Merry Christmas. Listen. We like to. What do we say? Exploit sentimental
Moments.
private moments for
Yeah.
views, like you do, like
It's
any
what we
good
do.
YouTubers would. Because we are we YouTubers?
Yeah, we are, dude.
We're YouTubers.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. You wanna?
Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna give you mine first. I think we kind of ended up
I'm
on
gonna
a
Chiefs
similar-
hers first.
Oh, ooh la la.
I didn't know I was a part of the gift exchange.
And, Veronica literally said, "I'm not
Okay, okay,
getting
hold on.
anything."
No,
for
I
Anthony."
already gave Anthony something.
I know.
She did. Okay, Cheeb, that's for you, and this is also for you. I
Wow.
each 2. Yeah, and I wrapped
this
it.
is
and
for
everything.
you.
Thank you, my friend.
Who's gonna go first? Let's do Cheeps first.
I
I'm
think
curious
I
to
agree.
see. Let's see. I want to see Cheeps first.
Cheap's Corner. Cheap's Corner. Everybody
welcome
loves
to
Cheap's
Corner.
Fuck.
Yeah, maybe
We
let
haven't
her
we haven't
do
decided
it.
if it's welcome to or loves
That's how it
yet.
feels.
We
Yeah.
really haven't decided. You said you were gonna check if I said loves or welcome to, and
You know what?
never
I think
confirmed.
at this point, similar to many of our things on
Is
the
this
co as we
breakable?
just discussed.
Yes.
It's anything you want
Oh,
is
you should have told me that. Before.
whatever you do laughs is what's canon. Also,
Sorry,
shout
a lot
out to
of
Ben
fucking
who made a comment about Cheap's Corner theme song, which is what he will be exclusively showing up to the shows for. from moving
Thank you,
forward.
Ben.
So-
Cheap's Corner.
What do you got?
What is this?
That is a gift kind of for you, but also kind of for Bub. It's a little ornament. It's an ornament for Bub. What does it say?
Show it up to the camera. Show it up to your little. Back it up a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
That's
Aw.
literally so
Can I
cute.
see?
It says, so there's a stocking with kitty litter and catnip and cat toys, and it says, "Dear Santa, I've been a good cat," and it says Bub on it.
Nice.
That's
Thanks,
so
Sid.
cute. I love it so
That's really good.
much.
Can I see?
Aww.
All right, what else did you get?
Wow, that's such a
Aw.
good gift.
This one, Cheap. This
Nailed
one is
it.
just for you. And I don't know. I just thought that you would enjoy this thing
Thank you.
in your free time. Perhaps you could even find a way to contentitize it. Contentitize it. That's what I said.
Code word.
Code word.
Contentitize.
Oh my god, I literally. Wow.
Oh, nice.
I literally love these.
Yay.
Wait, how could you content? So these are the stranger plant. These are little alien guys.
I don't know, man. She's pretty
These
creative.
are the cutest
yeah.
things in the world.
She doesn't have to. It's just I
see
honestly
what
I
you
was
mean.
getting the book, but you know they're
I
very cute
love
comics. If you haven't read it,
Yeah.
go and toss them a follow on Instagram. They're obviously way bigger than us and
They're awesome.
merited. But that's the book.
They're super they go down real easy, and the premise is there's these aliens that essentially just explain things that people do, but on a very literal and sort of outside perspective
It's very
way,
funny.
and
It's
it
very
makes you
funny.
realize so much stuff. They're funny. They go down real easy. That's solid, man.
Thank you so much, Anthony. I
Of
love
course.
Very
this.
cute.
Of course. Merry Christmas.
All right,
Next,
go
eh?
ahead. Go ahead. I don't know how I feel about what I got you, but I think you'll. I mean, it's good. There's some context for it too that is
Yes.
relevant to the show.
America's Test Kitchen. Oh shit.
I don't know if that's good. I saw it and I'm like, these recipes look solid.
Okay,
Why
this
don't you
is
show that to the camera?
The complete plant-based cookbook. So for those that don't know, pause. I love meat, and so I would love to learn more about how to not use meat and everything. So this is a very welcome gift. Thank you so much. It's
Good.
so thoughtful.
I hope you like it. You know,
I love the
obviously,
theme that we got books for each other.
I'm sure if you wanted to use meats in
Of
some of those
course.
recipes too, you could sub it in, sub it out. You know, easy money. But I figured if you don't make a lot of vegan stuff, there
I
you go.
don't.
There's your way
Wow,
to
I'm
cook
actually
in
so
the
stoked.
plant-based stuff. So-
I want to say that you're taking a lot of credit for I figured you would, you really like this
There it
one.
is.
It
Oh,
was
yeah.
actually my idea to get that for him.
She
thank you, Chief
she
and
said
Craig. I
get a
appreciate it.
cookbook, and I was like, yeah, I'll get a cookbook. I added the vegan thing.
Okay, your turn.
So team effort, mostly Veronica. Absolutely. I can
This one is
see-
100% you. Now here's the thing.
Oh my god, it's hockey pucks.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Squishy though.
Oh, okay, now here's the thing.
Okay.
Don't open that yet. Don't
This
open
is a
that
DVD.
Here's the thing. So I already told you guys I didn't wrap this one because I changed my mind. So there's two of these things. Don't read what the bag is. You can pick whichever one you want more.
But I have to give one back.
Your choice. You don't have to give one back. Honestly, if you want
I
both,
want
take
both.
them. Take them. They're yours.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
This
I'm gonna
one
give back.
is for you. You just open it, and then I'll tell you why after. This may or may not be.
If this is inappropriate,
it's not.
okay.
The
I'll
tape's
be-
not great.
I was gonna say I'm gonna be upset if it's not inappropriate. 'cause
Oh.
I'm unwrapping right into the mic. Sorry
It's
for the
so
ASMR,
great.
guys.
So great.
Is it really loud?
No.
'Kay.
I turned the microphone down.
Oh, juggling ball, the reference.
Because
The
you're a clown.
reference.
Because you're a clown.
Oh,
Oh.
that's the joke.
Because you're a
no,
clown.
because I told you there was a time in my life when I wanted to learn how to juggle.
It was
You
all.
wanted to be a juggler.
It was literally.
I literally wanted to be a juggler. Could
It
you
was
guys
literally
imagine if I was a juggler right now?
One, I can juggle, and so that's why
It was
I,
all for the
I
clown
thought
joke? Is
it
that
was
what you-
literally all for the clown joke. I
No.
saw them, and I was
So you're-
like,
you're-
"Because Craig's a clown."
You're telling me you forgot the time that I told you that I wanted to be a juggler. We said it on this podcast, didn't I?
I
Did
think
we?
so.
Okay, let's see if I still got it. First of all,
I can juggle.
You're out of frame, though.
I'm gonna move back into frame. I can't open these, so obviously.
Has anyone ever seen Craig's legs before? This is a first.
Wow.
This is the title of this episode for clickbait is gonna be Craig leg reveal. all right.
Yeah, rip it, buddy.
I'm kind of upset that you actually forgot the reference and that you just wanted to call me a clown. But, okay, let's see.
Let's
I don't
see.
know if I'm in frame very well, so.
There's no way you can do it.
Oh.
Let me show you how it's done, sir.
One more time.
Let me show you how it's done.
Okay, I'm a little out of practice. But
Not
as you can see,
bad.
That proves that I, in fact, can juggle. Sorry for the audio listeners. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say I also buy gifts to make
Flex
you
on
look
you.
bad.
I do, exactly. No.
Make you look worse.
Exactly, with my limited
thank you
knowledge
kindly
of
for
course,
calling
of
me a
course.
clown.
Now, this is the real. So this one you can open first, but then here's the thing. I was in the store today at the bookstore with no intention. I had this already bought, wrapped, as you can see, and I was like, the book that this was supposed to be. I was looking for something like this, but I found this. But then I was like, ooh, but this is what I really wanted it to be. So you can have either one. Or both.
Here's the deal. How about? I'm assuming these are probably something that you might also like.
Yeah, probably.
All right, I'm gonna
one less so than the other.
I'm opening this one first. Okay.
This one I'm proud of.
Like brothers.
And there's a
Mark
sentimental story behind
Duplass
this
and
one.
Jay Duplass. Wait, I know this guy. This guy's an actor.
Yeah.
And who's this guy?
Well, okay, so this is
Well,
this is
brothers.
the story behind it. You can read the synopsis after. Long story short, these two have been working together, kind of like like the fucking Russo or Jonas or right, any brothers that have been in history, but they do it in entertainment wise with comedy and screenwriting and that kind of stuff. And I got it for you because this is my sentimental gift. This was for the fucking clown punchline, but this is because
it's like us.
Because I consider you like my brother in content creation, and because it talks about the relationship, that dynamic between two boys who are brothers and that kind of stuff. And so I thought it'd be a very good gift for us to as we continue to try and grow our content creation stuff. So this is what I was looking for this book to be. If you don't want this book still, no worries. Or if you want both, they're both
like
yours.
I don't want thing. Maybe it's like I take this one, read this one, and then we do the switcheroo.
That's also
we
kind of what I mean.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
this
why would I do
one,
that? But I do want to open this one and see what it is.
This one I mostly like the title because I feel like
that's super sweet.
Thank you, man.
In fact, I would say maybe that's too sentimental to exploit for content. So
No.
I'll tell you my real feelings after the show. Let's see what this is.
This one, I will not lie, I was mostly drawn to the title, but then I read the contents of the book and I was like, this could also be good.
Also, that vegan cookbook was
I'm
also
pumped
to remind you of an upcoming challenge that we will be embarking upon with each other.
So
Shout out
content.
Cass. She's been waiting.
Sure, I saw this book. I literally saw this book the other day. Sure, I'll be your black friend. No, from the other side. I mean, yeah, I would like to read both of these if I'm being honest.
Sure, I'll be your black friend. That's
Yeah,
what it
sure,
says.
I'll be your black friend.
That's me, I'm his black friend.
An era which I have many black friends is often a medal of wokeness. I'll have you know that I have not once ever pulled the my best friend is black
I was gonna
in any sort of debate or anything like that.
I thought you were going to say, I have so many black friends. I was like, how many do you have? I was like,
No, I've never pulled. Well, I mean, yeah, I would never pull that, but I understand that.
So you can
That
have
is-
both for the time being, but this was the
I
one.
guess
that,
this one
like,
makes sense for you to read as much because you.
that's kind of what I was
Yeah.
saying. So like, but this one, like when I went to the bookstore to find a book like this, I found this one. But then today I was like, well, this is literally
the one.
This is literally what I was like trying to find
is the one.
at the first trip. So this
I will
this
read
is the
both.
real one.
I
Yeah,
will read
have
both,
at it.
and
They're both
then
yours.
One of them. Well, I mean, are they? Because it kind of seems
Yes.
like you want one.
No,
I'm just kidding.
honestly, I bought myself
All right.
another book as well while I was at the bookstore, so I'm set.
Fantastic. Give me a Christmas hug. Thanks, man.
Merry
Appreciate you. Merry Chrysler.
And you're
everyone.
not
Thank
a
you.
clown. But you're well on your way
I'm
now.
a clown. Honestly, you know what? I am a clown. And I deserve that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what are we finishing off the show with here? We've done our gift exchange. What do we got here? Year-end reflections. Best
Yeah.
and worst of 2021.
This was just word vomit again.
Yeah, let's read it all verbatim again. Reflect on podcasts in general, open forum sort of thing. It's the notes that we have written
Listen,
down.
guys. We don't read these verbatim. I thought we're making fun of
Just fucking with
Anthony
you.
for his thoughts in the moment.
I love that though, because like you have to understand, I would be like beside myself if you were doing that to me. I would be like literally freaking out. I physically
I don't like
and
it at
mentally
all.
can't. I crash when people start to read my notes. I don't know what it is. But let's talk about this. Best and worst of 2020. Is that in regards to the podcast or just overall?
I think I'm just talking about like mostly with just like the podcast. Yeah.
Well, I will say that like the podcasting, doing this has been like the most exciting thing in my life, considering like in terms of like things I'm doing, just because obviously been a weird 2 years, you know, not a lot going on. There was a long time. Well, even like leading up to COVID too, I was in a pretty bad spot health wise. I mean, there's a whole Crohn's story that I'll maybe tell on here later on. It's not really sad. It's honestly kind of fucking hilarious.
Oh.
It's kind of hilarious story to hear. It was miserable for me. It was the most miserable year of my life. But anyone hearing that story, in fact, even myself, I think would have a good chuckle about
Right
it.
on.
So, but it was like didn't really do a whole lot creatively that year because of that. Then next year it's like COVID, can't see anyone, and then the next year it's like kind of half. So we finally got to start this, which is very sick. I feel like 2021 wasn't really the year that I think everyone hoped it was going to be. Everyone thought 2020 was going to be the down bad year, and then 2021 was going to be the sick one. Didn't really work out that way. It's kind of a mixed bag all around. Some good things, some bad. One thing that did stay consistent for us once we started, the freaking PCast, baby.
Hello.
PCast is life, and I love doing it. and I have no intention of stopping or giving up for at least 2 years, and then we'll reevaluate, is what we said.
And we're on our way. Episode 19 right now. Episode 19 that we're
crazy.
recording.
We're not even like 6 months in. We're not even half year in. So it feels like a lot has happened, but at the same time, like very little has happened. We're actually really scratching the surface. And I will say, good on all of us for doing such a good job. We're having fun. I hope that we're putting smiles on people's faces and keep people entertained. That's really what we're here to do. So
100%. And have a heat time.
You got any best or worst of 2021?
Best or worst?
Let's not even go to worst. Let's not go worst. Let's keep it up. Let's keep it up.
Worst. I have my worst, and I
Brought
didn't.
worst.
I didn't realize it till right now. Worst was you guys didn't even see it, but the Halloween episode when Craig said we're gonna cut the recording and watch this video, and then we're gonna come back after and watch it. I literally can't even say the name of the video because he's gonna bleep it. The worst. Worst part of the podcast.
See my lips.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, we are aware.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Thanks.
but I can't say it.
Thanks, tips.
We could literally curse an entire audience of people
Thanks,
if we were
tips.
to let that out.
Don't watch it. So
We
that
can't. It's restricted. It's in the restricted area.
the worst of the year.
Is that really the worst?
For sure.
fair enough.
For sure, that was the
pretty
worst.
It's like is it not funny to you at all?
It's
funny. Like I think it's hilarious.
the fact you have to say, like it's funny, man.
Watching it.
Why aren't you laughing right now? That's a joke, bro.
No, but the thing is, like, watching it isn't what's funny. It's the idea of other people watching it that makes it hilarious.
Or making it.
Yeah, the idea of them making it is also hilarious because, like, could you imagine the people on the set? I mean, I'm sorry,
to keep talking
you guys
about
haven't
this?
seen it. Yeah,
That was my worst.
You're right.
That was my worst.
Move on.
The audience doesn't even. We are literally alienating the audience. Rule number one of what not to do. Anyways, my best. I don't really know if I have a specific one thing that's best. I feel very much the same way as you. This podcast has also gotten me through some more turbulent times in life, and being here every week. You know, we referenced it before. We did today as well. We've done this before in the past, where Craig and I hop here on the mics, and it was I think right around this mark where we kind of puttered out, and we were like,
I feel the opposite this time.
I don't feel any inkling to stop. Another best was the addition of Cheeb to the show. I think that she brings so much to us here, and we love having her. And I'm excited for what is going to keep on going. What she keeps bringing to us, because everybody loves Cheeb's Corner. I think that has to be everybody loves Cheeb's Corner.
Don't ever sing that again. You're not doing it the service it deserves. Please, it's embarrassing.
Okay, why don't you sing it then for us?
Why would I sing it? It's not my place.
How about you sing it?
It's
then?
not my place.
Well, you can't tell me what to do if you can't do it better than I can.
It's not my place, is it? It's not my place.
Cheeb's Corner, Cheeb's Corner.
That was better though.
Everybody loves
that one. Has
Cheeb's Corner.
some soul
better
behind
than
it.
Welcome to?
Everybody, welcome to Cheeb's
I think Welcome
Corner.
to is funnier for some reason.
Welcome to hits the beats better. But loves. Everybody does love Cheeb's Corner.
Yeah, I think like maybe just vibe it out every time. Don't remember which one it is and just do whichever one feels right on the day.
Right.
If that's possible.
I loved our planned inconsistency. Just do whatever.
You know, I guess this is what you have written down. Reflect on the podcast in general. Let's do some reflecting on the pod. I mean, this is obviously cathartic for us. Hopefully you guys can bear with us while we do this.
We're about to wrap the show, so hold your horses if you're upset.
I will say that I'm happy this time around. I feel both. I'm like my most self-conscious I've ever been in terms of like how critical I am of myself and our work and stuff. But at the same time, I also feel like we've been performing and doing things the best that we've ever done. Like I feel like if you look at like Despooked and compare that to
any of the other skits we ever made,
it was like miles ahead. And it's like it is cool to see that growth. And we have to pat ourselves on the back. It's hard to like remember that, and like reference that all the time. Mm-hmm. But overall, I've been definitely...
Especially when you consider the fact that we can't even see them anymore, so we can't reference them to anything, and neither can you, and that's the way we like it.
You bet. One thing I always try to think about things that I want to hold kind of like near and dear on the show in terms of how we do it. And like I actually really like, I know it's like kind of goofy that we do this thing of like it's all scattered and like it's like we don't like really set anything in stone. We say that there's these rules, but like realistically the rules are so arbitrary and like kind of like
except for rule number 5, we are Swifties.
Yeah, that
Merry
one
Christmas
is
Queen.
canon fully. And I like the idea of just like things kind of ever changing, ever adding, and like pretending that we're like these, because there's kind of like the parody of YouTubers who are like, all of my subscribers, get this. It's like we're kind of doing that, but we just never commit to one thing, keep changing it. So I do like that. And I think like one thing that I personally need to remind myself of, and this is something I said very early on, and I didn't say it on here necessarily, but maybe in conversation with you, is like, I feel like a lot of people online take themselves very, very seriously. Yeah. And I get why. Everyone feels like their opinions and the things that they say are important, and like they want to feel like what your understanding of the world and what you're sharing is important somehow, right? Like I do get why people take themselves very seriously. What I don't think the world needs is 2 more dudes doing that on the internet. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be here to do that. And I do feel like sometimes I lose that. Sometimes I want to bring up topics and be like, well, this is dumb because of this thing that I know. And it's like, yeah, great. Even if I'm right, even if I'm wrong, whatever. There's enough people on the internet do that stuff. I think we should definitely keep the focus on being here, having a good time, having a laugh, not taking ourselves too seriously, and poking fun at some of the people that do, you know?
And playing with balls when the opportunity comes, you know?
Like we made fun of Kid Rock.
We did.
We made fun, and I stand by that.
We made fun of a few billionaires.
That guy needs to not take himself so seriously, and also maybe take himself more seriously at the same time.
Interesting take, but I hear what you're saying. No, I would agree. Not pros and cons, but I guess just overall, I guess what I enjoy about the podcast is how it keeps pushing me, I guess, to get better, and us in general to keep getting better and keep making better content. You know, I know we say all the time that a lot of people are saying, but truly, like we do listen to the feedback that we get, both via word of mouth, text, friends, call, whatever, comments. People talk to us, we listen, and we and we don't always like. Listen, here's the thing.
I'm gonna be a fucking wreck if we ever get canceled.
We're not gonna cancel. We're not gonna cancel. We're not gonna cancel. But here's what I'm saying. It's not like we're gonna fucking like change who we are because of what you tell us. You say, oh, I didn't like when you do this. Guess what? We're the ones here. If you want to go and talk on the internet, take yourself seriously, do so. We're the ones making the show, having a hee-hee time, 19 weeks shooting our shot. Don't throw me off when I'm in the middle of a tangent. Don't. That threw me off.
I thought that would fit.
The point being,
I was helping.
We appreciate the feedback, but don't expect us to fucking cater to your every will and need, because that's not what we're going to do, because that's not fun. And that's the whole thing that I enjoy about this, is that it's always been fun. It's going to continue to be fun. That's our rule number 1. That is the one constant that we have with all of our rules, all of our arbitrary things that come and go, and that we make a rule, change it up, blah, 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 blah. The one thing that will always remain is that we always are here to have a heat time and have a good time. And that's what we
try to be authentic and
first
shit,
and foremost. And that's what we try to bring to you. And 100%, we try to be authentic and do shit that we like.
Totally agree.
Cheeler, anything you want to add?
Yeah. What are your thoughts of the podcast this year since you've joined and everything? How are you feeling about everything?
Happy to be here.
Nice. We're glad.
I think that my goals for the podcast are probably just to like work at being more present for the planning and provide some more Cheap's Corner, because obviously it's a hit.
And
everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
And yeah, that's probably pretty much it. It's just short and sweet on my end.
Hell yeah. The elusive fourth recording.
The elusive fourth. We rarely make it here. I mean, honestly, I feel like I got cut some of the stuff out at the start because I was on a little bit of a tear, a little sad boy tear about the reviews. Whatever.
I did foresee us going into 4 because it's the holiday episode. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today.
There's a lot of chatting.
It's a chillin' chatting app. It's part for the course here.
As far as 2022 predictions go, I guess more so like 2022. What do we have planned and stuff?
And like, what do we want to see? I guess. It wasn't necessarily predictions. Yeah, like it's more so like it's more so like almost like resolutions. But I don't want to use that word because that might be what we do when we come back. We'll do the resolution thing, but more so just like where do we want to go? What do we have planned? That kind of stuff. Just a general like what are we looking forward to in the coming year? I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so one thing that I do have to say is like, I want more viewers and all this stuff. I don't know how well I'm going to actually handle it mentally when time comes that we do start to gain some steam. Because like the little tastes that have already sent me into a little bit of turmoil where I'm very back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Like the Arcane View, it had 4,000 views. It's not like a viral video, whatever. But that's like way more engagement and like way more comments and stuff. And I was like trying to reply to all this stuff. I was trying to take everyone at face value. And you start to realize like how people are on the internet a little bit about like
trolling.
Not even trolling, but just like they just like don't. They're not seeing eye to eye with you and stuff, and they'll be very like just I don't even know like
dismissive, dickish,
and vitriolic, and just like all this stuff that like goes into
vitriol.
Well, not vitriol. Maybe
that's a
intense word.
I think you used it right, but that's the word of the day.
Vitriol. Okay.
That's a 5-point word. Good for you.
But just stuff like that. Like I don't know. I never really considered how would I actually handle like. Criticism from not blowing up. I just mean like generally criticism from strangers on the internet. I always thought I just wouldn't care, but I like very quickly did care. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't give a fuck with some random. I like deep down I don't. But when I see the comment and I read it, I internalize it immediately and do not have any ability to like process that. So there's definitely, hopefully it's a slow. If anything does happen with the show where we start to take off, I hope it's slow so we can ease into it because I will not handle it well otherwise. But at the same time, with that said, I don't care if it does or not. I'd be way more comfortable just like, slowly rise to a certain point, and then just once we get our homies that are liking our stuff, stick there. In addition to that, too, for 2022, as far as like goals go and stuff, I think my personal area of focus, like in terms of what I care about most, is just I want to get at least a few additional creative projects out, whether it be like sketches, longer form video, like something like that, where we do exactly narrative stuff. I really want to get those out because I think like part of doing this podcast is somehow just springs up a lot of creative ideas too.
Out of nowhere.
Like, yeah, exactly. It's like, and these things that I feel like we've gotten better at hashing through these and being like, that's not the best one ever, and this one is good. Like we can figure out which ones are good. I think it's just about making them now. So I'm hoping that in 2022 we could do that. And then just in general, I want to like kind of hone this in, like figure out what this show really is, do it well, and especially same thing with the reviews. I really want to reformat the reviews probably completely. I think we'll probably take a break on those for a little bit and then just come at them from a little bit of a different angle, probably more formatted. Have a checklist of things that we need to do in those and really stick to it.
It will make it more formatted and more uniform because this is not a uniform show.
No.
If you didn't notice.
That part's
by
fine.
now.
For this is fine.
This is fine. But like
the review sheet doesn't really work
reviews,
that way.
It doesn't
we
work
can't really
well.
come in there and just sit there and riff with each other.
It doesn't work as well. And I agree. Not to get back to Spidey, but not our best review. Again, if you're mad at us, we probably agree. We're mad at ourselves. Sorry.
Well, I mean, don't be mad. I mean, it's kind of weird if you're mad at us.
No.
That's kind of fucking weird. Okay,
No,
now
take
you're
out your
being
anger.
weird if you're actually mad at us.
Take out your anger
Like,
on us in the comments of the video.
You're such an engagement junkie already. Look at you.
I've been reading shit.
What do you got for 2022?
2022.
Well, sorry, we said quick too, but it's not going quick. Let's just roll with it.
Whatever. 2022. It's really I should not let you go first so much because you still have things that I have planned to say.
Well, it's weird that we'd be on such the same page, considering that we're.
I want to start more solo projects. That's what I'm excited for in 2022.
I'm excited for you.
Not even possible.
Possible. With what gear?
Exactly. No, obviously continuing this and honing on this more. I'm really pumped about probably, I want to say more so than you, but more so than you, the other projects that we have kind of in the works and kind of have started talking about writing, et cetera, et cetera. I'm excited for Despooked 2 to come out. And 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and how
those are such an undertaking to make, but man,
they're
it's
so much fun.
And I feel like the next one, like I promise you, like the next one will, because like
pop off.
We've seen all the flaws. Like I know I have a list of things that I know we need to do differently for next time, and I feel good that we'll make something sick next time.
Yeah.
So
there's that.
A few narratives planned. Anthony's been doing some writing.
I have been.
It's kind of sick stuff, man.
Thank you. I appreciate
I'm very
it.
excited.
So we want to make that. I want to make that shit. Anything else? Oh, I guess I'm also excited because we've been talking. I mean, can we say this on this about the rebranding shit, the fucking art and the redesign? Shit?
Nah, I guess just very surface level. You can go ahead.
The redesign of our show. Stay tuned. If you made it this far in the episode, this is your fucking little treat. Okay,
just gonna revamp it a little bit.
Expected in the new year. I'm excited to see that as well. And I guess just where like we go with the show in general, because like especially these past few weeks, I've really been liking like the direction with like the themes, and we're still really fucking hitting our stride, and I've been enjoying it. Obviously, I've been enjoying it the entire time, but recently it's really feeling like we're starting to kind of pick up steam in terms of like how us three gel together in this room.
I feel something, like there is like it's like accomplishing something when we make these strides.
Exactly,
which is really nice.
And to the Crystal, I said to make us funnier. I think you're doing a good job so far. But now I'm going to piggyback on what Craig asked for when we manifested more views and money. More views and money. Yeah. That's what we want.
Fucking money.
Give us the money.
Sweet.
That's about it. I
like money.
Cheap.
Any closing remarks?
2022.
We're going to enter in 22. I don't know when we're going to be back, you guys. It's been a lot of work leading up to this. I mean, between doing the 2 shows a week and just cramming all this in. And I don't know. We're taking a little bit of a break. Probably no episode next week, I think is what's going on.
Definitely no episode next week.
But at the same time,
maybe
maybe
the
some
soonest you'll
content
see
will be
us
coming.
in 2022. That's fair to say.
Fair enough.
The soonest that you'll see us is in 2022. Comment below, though, your best and worst from 2021 and what you're looking forward to in 2022. And if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share. That's my job. I'm going to be the annoying one to say all that shit.
Yeah.
Go follow us on Instagram at an internet show. Twitter, same. TikTok, the same. That's it. Follow us. We fucking love you. Thank you for this year. Greg, take us out, please.
Yeah, like actually thank you guys for being here and watching this all the time. Cheap's giving you guys the kiss, the send off. So
Yeah.
welcome back to the Cove, everyone.
And happy holidays.
Holidays.